DFN Project Search is a national charity which helps young people with a learning difficulty, autism or both into paid employment. It came to this country from America a few years ago and has programmes all over the country. To access the programme, somebody has to have an education healthcare plan and be over the age of 18. They need to have come to the end of their education journey and not want to continue in education and are wanting the experiences to be able to gain paid employment. The programme lasts one academic year, which starts in September, and for the first few weeks they'll do classroom-based activities before going out onto their first rotation. First rotation is from about October to Christmas, and then after Christmas to Easter, and then Easter to the summer. In that time they'll gain experience in 3 different areas of the host business. The council works with local employers by raising the profile of supported internship by hosting the Send Employment Forum. We also work with our host businesses who have our programmes, so we work with Humberside Police, East Lincolnshire Council, Linkage, Learning for Life and Diana Princess of Wales Hospital.
So at the hospital we run a project search, which is our supported internship for our learners that are transitioning away from education into employment. So the supported internship is supposed to bridge that gap to support learners access the world of work successfully and sustainably. So for the learners, they develop the skills that they need to be within the workplace in a more holistic way. So we don't just look at the skills within the job role, but we also look at those softer employability skills where they're learning to work with other people who are maybe a little bit different from them, look at different roles, different time periods, and how to become more independent in the workplace as well. So it really benefits their step from that really secure element of education into somewhere where they're going to have to be a little bit more independent, and maybe we'll have somebody there all of the time to support them with problem solving and risk management. So our tutor and our job coach work with those across the year to support learners into what is hopefully successful paid employment.
Well, at the moment, for my first rotation, if I don't get, it's only my first rotation still, since we're still trying to see if we get a paid job there. It's called the Roost Accommodation Centre. Now, from the accommodation centre, it's basically accommodation staff member for like NHS staff members. Well, recently, for the last 2 months, I've been doing work on the front desk. So we have like a register, an online Excel register, which keeps us updated about all the tenancy that's, bookings that's been happening at the moment. So we have like the number of the room, who's staying here there right now, when did they arrive, when are they going to leave, when did they pay. I also answer phone calls. They're usually by tenants who usually want to look for a future booking, and sometimes you can even pay by through the phone. I've always liked the admin part of work, I've always enjoyed saying, having face-to-face with customers, having the friendly chat and, trying to engage and, maintaining a positive image to some brands. I've done it quite a few times. I was in Women's Aid, Scope, and I've always enjoyed the aspect of being on the front desk and actually talking to the customer and actually, having that positive side come on to you, because I always feel like talking to customers gives me a positive side towards myself. Well, I often see myself as someone who actually does enjoy the prospect of paid employment and settling down to a position. So to me, this internship is pivotal to my next step in life. So that's how I agree with it.
So we have quite a wide range of internships. We have domestic work, admin, assisted living centre, which is quite maintenance based. We also have the main maintenance area here, and we also work in the kitchen as doing catering. So if you're interested in doing the supported internship, we have an application form that we fill in that gets sent to me, and then you'll be invited to an assessment day. At the assessment day we do lots of different activities to assess your skill level and what your areas that you're interested in and what you'd be good at, and then we do an interview. It's not too formal, obviously it's sat down, but so you feel relaxed, and we'll ask you questions and get to know a bit more about you and what would suit you here.
If
If you're successful in getting a place at the on the internship, we do a few keeping in touch days before you start, so you get to know us, get to know the hospital and the placements, and then the first 6 weeks on your internship will just be spent with me and a job coach, where we'll go through different mandatory training, NHS training and employability skills training. Then once you start on your placements, you'll have support which will be faded out at your own pace, so it's very bespoke to the individual. Obviously everyone needs different things, but we're always on hand. There's always 2 members of staff on site who are here, and we've got an office and we're based here, and we are always around during the day. You also, on your area that you work in, will have like a work buddy, so who you can speak to at any time, and a supervisor.
I work in the catering part, with the kitchen, you say. I'd say it has both physical health, mental health, basically all these sorts of benefits, I suppose, along with, well, it gets me out of the house. I'd arrive here at 9, but then I go to work at 10, yeah? And in the mornings it's either the belts, the buns, or the fruit that has it. So let's say I'm doing the buns. After the buns are all done and dusted, we move on to the proper part of the belt where we serve up all the food. Then we clean up after that. Then it's a 30-minute break where we have our food. And then after that it's more cleaning, getting ready for the tea time. Oh, it's very important for me because, well, it's the reason why I'm working here. And I value my time here quite a lot.
Towards the end of the placement, both supporting internships and at Project Search, the team from Employability do a transition into employment package. So that looks at what job opportunities are available for the young person within the labour market. We do some CV writing, interview prep. The management team from the placement also help with that, to do some different interview techniques and some practice interviews. And then once the programme is finished, we help look at job applications, supporting through internship interviews, but also wider than that we offer an additional follow-on support, so that once they have transitioned into employment, we can then support them through access to work, through making sure that they've done all of their online training. And then what they're able to do is dip in and out of that for the course of their paid employment. As a service, we offer both follow-on service and some support for paid employment, so that we can support that to make it sustainable and successful long term.
Supported internships are extremely important to help young people gain the skills and experience to go on to paid employment.